Hi, I'm Akash Kashyap, and today we're going to be talking about another form of intellectual property, the trademark. Now, unlike other forms of intellectual property, trademarks are designed to protect the reputation and goodwill of their holder. Now, a trademark refers to a name, a slogan, a brand, a design, or a logo that the holder uses to conduct business. And the trademark gives them the exclusive right to use that in order to prevent others from taking advantage of their reputation or damaging their reputation. Today we're going to go into the specifics of what forms a trademark and what can be registered as a trademark, and then some key features of trademarks. Let's start by going into what a trademark is.
At its core, a trademark is a signifier. It's one thing that represents another thing. Now, what it signifies can vary. It can signify a company, it can signify a brand, or it can signify a product. For example, let's take the company Warner Brothers. Now, any logo, name, or slogan that represents Warner Brothers can be considered a trademark. Similarly, one of their brands, such as DC Comics, can also be represented by names, slogans, logos, etc., and those would also be considered trademarkable. And beyond that, if you take a specific product that they offer, such as the film The Dark Knight, that would also have its own representatives, names, slogans, and logos that would themselves be valid to trademark. Now, this brings us to the form that a trademark can take. A trademark can generally be in three forms. The first is a design, which is an arrangement of shapes or other visual elements to form a identifiable design. The second is a phrase, which is a combination of one or more words in a specific order. And the third is a sign, which is a combination of a phrase and a design. The owner of a trademark, the person that has the sole right to use it, can be an individual, a single person, a business, which is any type of business organization, or even another type of organization. For example, nonprofits like the NRDC, they are also eligible to have trademarks that protect their names and their logos, designs, what have you.
So as you can see, a trademark is essentially a symbol, something used to represent its holder. Now, let's look at some key features of a trademark, how it operates, and what separates it from other forms of intellectual property.
Now, when it comes to discussing the key features of the trademark, there are essentially three that make it different from other forms of intellectual property. The first is that it's geographically limited. The second, that by and large, it's restricted by industry, and the third, that it's restricted by type. Now, when it comes to the geographic limitations, essentially trademarks are restricted both by the region in which they are actually used and the regions in which they are registered. So, a logo or slogan or even a name, no matter how prominent, will never have universal applicability. It'll always be applied in a geographically limited region or a series of geographically limited regions. And places where the trademark is neither used nor registered will not be obligated to honor the restrictions on use of the trademark. And in those regions, the design, the phrase, or the sign will be entirely open for use by others. Similarly, the trademark will be restricted by industry. Now, the way this is generally done across jurisdictions is that trademarks and the registry of trademarks will be divided into a series of classes, and these classes are collections of industries and uses that are associated with one another. And a trademark will only be granted in a specific class or in a series of classes, and the restrictions of the trademark will only prevent others from using the trademark or using a substantially similar mark within the same industries that it's protected. What that basically means is that the trademark protects the industrial use of your design, phrase, or sign. For example, if you have a hospital that is operating under the name Apollo, that is a trademarkable name, but that doesn't mean that, for instance, a comic book store cannot be opened with the same name, because the registration of the name is specific to the class or classes that apply to that industry. The final type of restriction is by type. Now, in several jurisdictions, India included, there are different types of registration that can happen even within the same class. In India, for example, it's divided into a design trademark and a word trademark. A design trademark refers to a visual arrangement. It's a combination of words and other visual elements in a specific way, whereas a word registration is a trademark that applies only to the arrangement of words.
So trademarks, in a sense, are a way to represent your reputation in a business. And because of that, it is essential to register and protect your trademark in whatever arena you plan to go into business. In order to understand how to protect your trademark, your brands, your logos, your slogans, consult an intellectual property attorney.
Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like, comment with your thoughts, share it with friends and family, and subscribe to see more content.